And it lasts. What to know if you're heading out to the Reds game tonight and when some weekend rain tries to end our sunny stretch. Bit of a fall feel in the air earlier this morning, but temperatures so far today have made it into the upper 70s for a lot of towns and 80s on the way. So no fall weather around the corner for us. 77 in Cincinnati right now. Hamilton sitting around 76. It's 78 in Blue Ash. Anderson sitting around 78 degrees as well. And Coleraine also sitting at 78. A little bit breezy outside with the wind coming in around 10 to 15. That's going to stick around for the rest of the evening. If you're heading out to Jazz at the Square tonight at Fountain Square, temperatures stay in the 70s for a couple hours. But by the time the event wraps up around 9, we're dropping down into the 60s. So it is going to be a little bit cool again to start the morning tomorrow. But that summer heat is on the way as we head into the second half of the week. I'll show you that. Plus, when some weekend rain tries to come in here and brings us a couple of weather impact days, I've got the timeline of those changes coming up. Actually, over the next couple of days, but changes arrive this weekend with the chance of some rain. I'm timing all of that out coming up in a few minutes. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT News 5, and we'll be right back. On for several days. So I've got lots of good news, but also some news to tell you about too with changes headed our way this upcoming weekend. The good news is, again, we'll stay just beautiful all the way through Friday. So if the kids have summer camp throughout the rest of the work week, great week for that. Temperatures are going to start to reach into the 80s beginning tomorrow. We're still stuck in the 70s today, so still a little bit cool out there today, but that warmer weather settles in for the second half of the week. And as we head into the upcoming weekend, that's when our changes start. Beginning on Saturday, we actually have a weather impact day 3 in a row throughout the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, with some rain headed our way this upcoming weekend. But for right now, just gorgeous outside. This is a great afternoon to head out to a park if you're going out to Washington Park tonight, or out to Fountain Square, or any of the other events happening around town. We've got a Reds game. Looks great for that. 77 in Cincinnati now, 77 in Hamilton, 76 in Harrison. Temperatures in Kentucky getting closer to 80 for a few spots. Down in Falmouth, 79. It's 78 in Walton so far. This beautiful sunshine, I can't get enough of it. 75 tonight if you are heading out to the Reds game for first pitch. So keep in mind it is going to be a little bit breezy out there. Winds are going to be anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour throughout the game, so just keep that in mind there. And then also, we do fall down into the 60s once the game starts to wrap up, so maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a light jacket with you just in case. But high pressure is going to help keep the sky nice and quiet and clear for the rest of tonight. That's going to stick around for several days, in fact, all the way through really Friday. But then that change starts to take place on Saturday, and that's going to bring us that chance for some rain. But up until that point, mostly clear skies expected tonight, tomorrow morning, starting things off just gorgeous outside again. Sunshine to start the day, sunshine to finish it too. Our temperatures tomorrow are going to reach up to about 81. But starting on Thursday, that's the day that the dial goes up just a little bit more, back into the mid 80s here Thursday. My kind of pool weather personally on Thursday, but tomorrow if you want to go out to the pool, no rain to worry about. We'll have a beautiful day, not as breezy tomorrow either, so maybe not too bad. Low 80s, not too much of a wind, not too bad. Take advantage of the sunshine for now, because this weekend, that's when we start to see the return of scattered rain. That's going to come into play starting as early as Saturday. I think most of Saturday at this point looks okay. However, once we get into Saturday evening, there is going to be the chance to see some rainfall moving in here, so keep that in mind. Also might start to feel just a little bit more muggy outside on Saturday. Definitely not as bad as what we know is around the corner for the summer, but still you'll notice just a slight difference in the air on Saturday. Then by Sunday, we've got the rain that's going to be kind of off and on throughout the day. There is the potential to see some rain around Sunday morning, as well as Sunday afternoon and into Sunday evening. At this day here on repeat, only a little bit different. It's going to get a little bit warmer each and every day. So if today was just a little bit cool for your taste for June, I get it. Me too. 77 outside in Cincinnati now. That breeze coming in from the northeast at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That sticks around for the rest of this evening. So keep that in mind if you're going to be out and about tonight, especially if you plan to walk along the riverfront, walking over the Purple People Bridge, maybe to get to the Reds game. It is going to be breezy for that. 70s lasting throughout the rest of this evening as well. Really just feeling awesome outside. But as we head into the weekend, here are those changes. Rain is back in the forecast. We've got the potential for some rainfall Saturday, Sunday, and Monday too. So I'll show you when you're most likely to see it and which days are going to be most impacted coming up in a few. Temperatures, that's on the way as we round out the work week, but also this weekend brings some changes. I'm timing out when you'll have to worry about some rainfall here this weekend coming up in a few minutes. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT News 5, and we'll be right back. good afternoon to be out on the Loveland Bike Trail though, so all the better. 77 in Cincinnati. We have 77 in Middletown as well. Hamilton, Fairfield sitting at 76. And then across Kentucky, a lot of 77s coming in there. It is a little bit breezy still. We do have this northeast wind coming in at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So you'll notice that, especially if you're going to be along the riverfront tonight for any of the events happening around town. We've got, of course, the Reds game. So if you were thinking of walking there across the Purple People or anything like that, you will notice a little bit of a breeze in the air. High pressure is going to stay in control for us here for several more days. That's going to keep our sky nice and clear all across greater Cincinnati through Friday, but then changes return this upcoming weekend. So that warmer weather heads our way starting later on this week. Tomorrow we'll start to creep our way into the 80s, likely closer to the low 80s for our high temperature. But then as we get into Thursday and Friday, mid 80s return. But then by Saturday, rain chances start to go up. We still hang on to the mid 80s, but those rain chances go up, especially as we get into the second half of the day on Saturday. It's going to be a weather impact day, though I expect Sunday to be the day where you're really having to be aware of the rain and the rain chances. Sunday, I think we'll have off and on rain throughout the day. At least part of Saturday at this point still looks okay. That warm air is going to continue into next week, though. We'll still see temperatures in the 80s all the way through the 7-day forecast. So we're heading into that summertime pattern. You might even notice a little bit more humidity out there on Saturday, too, as those rain chances start to creep in. By tomorrow morning, here's tonight. Mostly clear skies expected. Tomorrow morning, more of the same, just gorgeous weather, sunshine as we kick off your Wednesday, and then the rest of the day looks fantastic. So if the kids are heading out to summer camp tomorrow, a really nice day. You don't have to worry about a raincoat, but sunscreen I think will definitely be something you'll want to pack in their bag. That's going to be something you'll need for the rest of the week. Even Saturday too, with that shower chance returning during the second half of the day. I do still think we'll have a little bit of sunshine out there on Saturday morning, and then by Sunday, scattered showers looking to be a possibility off and on throughout the day. A weather impact day on Monday as well, just as we still see a little bit more rainfall out there on Monday. After that, looks like we start to dry out here once we get into Tuesday, but overall the week and weekend still looking to be okay to start things off on Friday. Not too humid out there on Friday, but then start to notice that muggy air kind of returning a little bit on Saturday with those shower chances returning Saturday. But just as we get into the weekend, some changes headed our way as the return of rain starts to creep back into the forecast. I'll show you the details for the timeline coming up in a few minutes. You're watching Cincinnati's WLWT News 5 at 7, and we'll be right back. For the first full week of June, but as we head into the weekend, the not so good weather kind of starts to return, because that's going to bring in the chance of some rain here by Saturday, looking to be second half of the day Saturday. So I do still think there will be some winds to the day. And then Sunday too, we have 3 weather impact days in a row. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all because of the chance for some rain. Temperatures right now, not bad. I mean, it's 76 in Cincinnati, 76 in Hamilton. We have 75 in Harrison. Really comfortable outside in Kentucky as well. Upper 70s all across town. Still a little bit breezy. You can still see the flag stretch there. Could still see a wind anywhere from about 10 to 15 miles per hour throughout this evening. For the rest of tonight, though, as that sun starts to set shortly after about 9 o'clock or so, we'll see temperatures falling down into the 60s, about 64 by 11 o'clock tonight by the time you're joining us back here for News 5 at 11. Clear sky expected overnight, and that's going to be the rule for the next several days. High pressure helping keep things quiet and clear for us. So tomorrow, sunshine to start the day. Temperatures will be in the 50s, so a little bit cool to start the day, but then we make it into the 80s tomorrow afternoon. Most of us topping out around 81 or so tomorrow afternoon with lots of sunshine. That's going to continue into Thursday as well as Friday. We'll stay dry for several days. It looks gorgeous, but then as we get into the weekend, that's when those rain chances start to come back into play. I mentioned Saturday morning at this point looking to be the dry part of the day. And then once we get into Saturday afternoon and evening, those rain chances slowly start to go up. And then by Sunday, rain's looking likely at this point that we have some scattered rain around, at least off and on throughout the day. So with that too, you'll also notice a slight uptick in humidity on Saturday. Nothing that I think is really going to compare to what we typically get for the second half of the summer, but still a difference in the air compared to especially today that ended up feeling more like a taste of fall, less like summer. And then in the next couple days too, I still think it's going to be really nice. So you really can take your pick Wednesday through Friday. of the peak day of the week. Tomorrow 81, not humid, 85 Thursday, 86 on Friday, not really humid at all for those 3 days. That's going to start to increase a bit as we head into Saturday with that chance of rain around by the time we get into Saturday evening. And the humidity starts to go up a little bit Saturday afternoon as well. Those temperatures reaching into the mid 80s on Saturday, closer to about 83 on Sunday. Most of us are looking at high temperatures Sunday. Again, low 80s, but that's going to come with that chance of rain off and on throughout a lot of the day.